Hello everyone. The topic that I've taken today is federalism. We are just going to introduce this topic to you. In this lecture, we will just be discussing about the meaning and important features of federalism. Although the features of federalism it will be discussed in two categories. One is the essential features of federalism, and the second one is the features of federalism that we have in our country. Before that, let us start with the meaning of federalism. Now, talking about the meaning of federalism, the first thing that comes in our mind is about dual government. When we talk about dual government, we mean that in a federal structure we have a dual set of government, one working at the central level or the union level, and second one working at the level of units or states or cantons or provinces. So whatever term we have in a particular setup, we can use. So federalism is at its core a system where the dual machinery of government functions. Generally, under federalism, there are two levels of government. One is central authority, which looks after the major affairs of the country. The other is more of a local government, which looks after the day-to-day functioning and activities of a particular region. In India, when we talk about India, we can describe federalism as a distribution of authority around local, national, and state governments, and we follow the Canadian model of political organization more. So, based on this particular thing, we can just state the features of federalism that we have in India. So, India is a federal country, obviously, but not once in the constitution the word federalism is used. When it is used, so we use the term union instead of federal. So, we are, according to Article 1, union of states. And it is believed that India is a 40 federal country, and why is it so that we'll be discussing later on as we move ahead with the features of federalism, particularly in India. And in simple words, we can say that it means it is a federal state with some features of the unitary government. And the most important one is that despite the fact we have a dual form of government, one set of government is having dominance over the other set of government, which is a unique feature that we have in India. So, based on that, uh, first let's discuss about the features of federalism in general. So, in general, there are two levels of governance in the country, as already stated. So, all levels of governance will govern the same citizens, but their jurisdiction will obviously differ. Now, this means that each level of government will have a specific part to form laws, legislate, and execute these laws. Both the governments will have clearly marked jurisdiction. It will not be that one of the government is just a figurehead government and the other not. It's not like that. Another important feature is that the constitution must guarantee this federal system of government, which means that the powers and duties of both or all governments it must be listed down in the constitution of that country, hence guaranteeing a federal system of government. As stated above, the federalism of a country must be prescribed by the constitution, but it is also important that just one level of government cannot make unilateral changes or amendments to the important and essential provisions of the constitution. Now, again, I would like to tell that right now we are doing the essential features of federalism in general and not particular features that we have in India. So, this point is quite important that just one level of government cannot make unilateral change or amendments to the important and essential provisions of the Constitution. Such changes must be approved by all the levels of government to be carried through. Now there are two levels of government with separate jurisdictions and separate duties, yet there is still a possibility that a conflict may arise between the two levels. Then what will happen? So, in a federal state, it will fall upon the courts or rather the judiciary to resolve any such kind of issue or conflict. The courts must have the power to interfere in such a situation and reach to a thinks that while there is power sharing between the two levels of government, there should also be a system in place for revenue sharing. So both levels of government should have their own autonomous revenue streams because if one such government depends on the other for funds to carry out its functions, it results in dependency and that is not good for a federal structure. We now, after discussing the features of federalism, know what is in general the features of a peculiar federal structure. But now let's move on to the features of federalism that we have in the Indian structure. So, Indian federal structure, what are the important characteristics that we'll be discussing right now? So, the first point in this regard is that we have a dual polity. Now, what does this mean? This means that the Constitution establishes a dual polity consisting of the union at the central level and the states at the periphery. It is endowed with sovereign powers to be exercised in the field assigned to them, respectively by the Constitution. The Union government deals with the matters of national importance like defense, foreign affairs, currency, communication, etc. And the state governments, on the other hand, look after matters of regional, local importance like public order, health, local government, etc. Second important feature is we have a written constitution. So the constitution is not only a written document but also the lengthiest constitution of the world. Originally, it contained a preamble as we have already studied about the constitution. We have 395 articles and we have schedule. It specifies the structural organization, power and functions of both the central and state government. It describes the limits within which they must operate. Then we have obviously division of power, as we are talking about the federal structure. So we do have a division of power between the central and the states in terms of the union list, state list, and concurrent list, and that is there in the seventh schedule. So what is this all about? So we have about 100 subjects in the union list. We have about 66 subjects in the state list, and around 47 in the concurrent list. And this, whatever the residuary subjects are there, that is given to the central government. Then we have supremacy of the constitution. So the constitution is obviously supreme law of the land. The laws enacted by the central and the states must conform to its provisions, otherwise they can be declared invalid by the Supreme Court or the High Court through the power of judicial review. That the organs of the government at both the levels must operate within the jurisdiction prescribed by the Constitution. Then we have a rigid constitution as well as some flexible element is also there. Now this when we are talking about this, we are talking actually about the amendment provision of the Constitution. So the division of power established by the Constitution as well as the supremacy of the Constitution can be maintained only if the method of its amendment is rigid. Hence, the Constitution is rigid to the extent that those provisions which are concerned with the federal structure can be amended only by joint action of both the central and the state government. Such provisions require for their amendment a special majority of Parliament and also an approval of half of the state legislature. Then, despite if there is some kind of conflict, so there is independent judiciary. So we have the Supreme Court to look into the matter. Then we have bicameralism, which is also there. So we have at the union level, we have the upper house and the lower house, that is about Lok Sabha. And in the states also, we do follow bicameralism despite here. Then, on the basis of this discussion about the features of Indian federal structure in particular and the features of federalism in general, we can come to the conclusion that the essential features of federal structure and characteristics of Indian federal structure, India is broadly federal in character. There is division of power at the central and state level, but we do have the dominance of central government in legislative, executive, administrative, and financial matter as well. this discussion, we come to an end of this session. Hope that a brief introduction of federalism in general and about Indian federal structure is quite clear. So with this, we can proceed ahead with the more important concept of federalism, specifically in India, and that is about the relation between the union and the concerned states, the relation that we will be studying